It's so interesting because I think about this. I've been thinking about it a lot. I was on the phone to a radio producer the other day for a show I'm supposed to be going on. And she said, like, look, I'm just going to say it. We've had a lot of Irish women novelists on lately. Can we talk about a different angle? Which I totally understood her frustrations because there's a lot of us. Like, there's,
Yeah, well, I interviewed Lenny Abrahamson, who did Normal People and Conversations with Friends. And he got a lot of shtick for not going with Irish actors for Conversations with Friends.
Oh, yes.
So he was talking about that. And he said, which I found, so he was like, we have such an incredible talent pool for such a small country.
Yeah.
And he was like, so people expect it. But, anything, if you go to America, look at the size of America and they're taking people from Ireland or UK or wherever to be in their films. So, cut me some slack. But you are like, the talent pool from Ireland is
it's
something's
insane.
in the water.
So, and there's a lot of different explanations for it that have just converged sort of beautifully in the last couple of years. And part of it is very much cultural in the sense of the way the arts is appreciated, viewed, funded, reviewed is totally different in Ireland to the point where it could be a different planet.
Really?
Like
in a better way?
In a better way. Like
really?
Like if you meet most backlist, like if you meet most like mid-list novelists or whatever, they all love the Irish Times or the Irish Independent because the book pages are so thick.
Really?
And that's only in comparison to English papers, right? Who just are cutting their book pages all the time. The Irish Independent reviews a lot of people from all over the world. Like the grant funding system in Ireland, while I know lots of Irish writers might listen to this and be like, oh, come on, it's not. You're making it seem like it's heavenly. Compared to England, it is heavenly.
Yeah.
I remember last year I was at a pub in the middle of the summer in Dublin with 5 other friends, and 3 of them were celebrating getting grant funding for their projects. And these were obscure projects. These were like,
my gosh.
These were like, someone was doing, a PhD in like Irish folk singers from like the prehistory times. Do you know what I mean? As in like oral, like it was, neat. And like, there's a real appreciation that things and culture needs to exist. Mm-hmm. And I also feel like the education in Ireland, certainly when I was growing up, was very robust and very cheap. Like, I went to university for £2,000 a year. And like, I'm sorry, I don't think my sort of ability to deconstruct a text is any better or worse than someone who went to Oxford or Cambridge. I just don't. I've met these people. Like, and I went to a normal university.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
I've met them too. And I think, could you do this?
Yeah, well, like, I'm not trying to say that I'm a genius. I'm just saying that, like, the quality of my degree, I think, despite the fact it's like not a well-known university, was good. It served me really well, and that didn't put me in debt. And also, at school you do 8 subjects generally up until leaving cert, so you tend to have a people who know a little about a lot. Yeah, and there's just and I'm so proud of that. I feel so excited to talk to people who aren't from Ireland about that. Because I'm like, your country could be this way too if you simply changed everything about it. Yeah. But I also think specifically in that is knocking up against the fact that Irish womanhood is less ideal than the Irish arts system is. Yeah. Which is everything we just said. The lack of abortion access until 2018. How difficult it was to get contraception up until the late 80s, and even then the morning after pill was very hard to get until very recently. All these things converge on like a very deep shame about sex and sexuality. Yeah. And I do think that we are having a reckoning globally about women, sex, shame, sexuality, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And Irish women have become the voice pieces for that because our experience is so extreme, I think.